Head coach Jim Parady and the Red Foxes going back on the road this week for a PFL game at Valparaiso, and coming off a tough loss at Drake this past Saturday. What are the things that you take out of that week that you hope improve going into this week?
Well, the biggest thing is the execution of our game plan on all phases, and that was the thing that Drake took away from us. They really smothered us on the field last week, and they won all three phases of the game. And so with that, we have to win the one-on-one matchups that we get in this game going into Valpo. But last week in our single matchups, Drake was dominant in that, and they really took it to us in the whole football game.
One bright spot that does come out of that game is that James Lamacchia does break the program's career record for receptions. He's also closing in on the receiving yards record, both of which have been held by Guy Smith. Talk about James breaking that record.
Well, it was a great individual accomplishment by James, but as you talk to him, he always, credits the offensive line and gets the quarterbacks in there also for getting him the football. But he's a guy that's really been able to break down one-on-one coverage, and then also when teams have doubled him, he's been able to go ahead and beat double coverage along the way. So some great individual routes run by him, and then a combination of protection and the quarterbacks being able to get him the ball. But he's been a tremendous asset to our program through the time that he's been here.
Valparaiso comes in this game still looking for its first win, but this is a team with a new coaching staff and a team that played very well against Drake 2 weeks ago. What have you seen from them on film?
Well, the thing that I saw with them is that they competed so very hard to get in that Drake game, because we had that in the exchange from 2 weeks ago when we were playing Drake, and there was a level of excitement on their sideline that was very evident to me. And so I know they're going to be very, very fired up to go play us this week in an environment. And they're going to look at the scoreboard. They're going to look at their game against Drake, and they're going to look at our games and compare the scores, and they're going to say, hey, we have a real great shot to come in and get our first win of the season. So we know we're going to have to combat that emotion right from the very beginning of that football game and throughout the game, because against Drake they came all the way back and they had a chance to win on that last possession. So we're expecting a real 60-minute football game as we go in there on Saturday.
Coach, thanks and best of luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, Mike.